Imagine a big office where hundreds of people are busy doing different tasks, answering calls, sending emails, or printing reports. But in the middle of it all, there is one person who plans, directs, and makes sure everything happens in the right order. That person is the CPU, the central processing unit, often called the brain of the computer. Hi, I'm Satish Choudhary and welcome back to In Simple Terms, where we take complicated tech ideas and make them easy to understand. In the last episode, we talked about how computers remember things with short-term and long-term memory. But memory alone cannot do anything. Something needs to read those zeros and ones, understands them, and decides what to do next. That something is CPU. The CPU's job is simple. It follows instructions step by step, super fast. Everything it does can be broken down into three major actions: fetch, decode, and execute. First, it fetches an instruction from memory. Then, it decodes it, figuring out what the instruction means. And finally, it executes it, carrying out the action. These three steps happen again and again, millions or even billions of times per second. That's what makes your app open, your games run, and your browser respond instantly when you click it. You can think of the CPU as having three main parts: the control unit, the ALU unit, and the registers. The control unit, it's a manager that directs data in and out. The ALU, or the arithmetic and logical unit, this is where the real work happens, adding numbers, comparing values, or checking true or false conditions. And finally, the registers. These are tiny high-speed memory slots inside the CPU where important data is kept for quick access. All of this runs in sync with a tiny internal timer called the clock, which beats billions of times per second to keep everything moving perfectly in rhythm. The CPU doesn't work alone. It talks constantly with the memory RAM to fetch data, with storage to save results, and with other chips like the GPU to display images. It's the coordinator, the one making sure every part of a computer is doing its job at the right time. Modern computers often have multiple cores, like having several mini brains working together. That's why you can edit a video, play a music, and browse the web all at once. Each core handles a different task, and the operating system keeps them all in balance. In simple terms, the CPU is what turns stored data into action. It is what takes those tiny zeros and ones and turns them into a song playing, a message sent, or a video streamed. It doesn't just process data, it gives your computer life. So the next time your screen responds instantly to a tap or click, remember, that's your CPU working behind the scenes, thinking and acting billions of times per second. In the next episode, we'll explore programming language, how humans talk to the machines, and see how our words turns into the zeros and ones that powers everything. Thanks for listening to In Simple Terms with Satish. Subscribe, share this with a friend, and join me again as we continue to make the complicated simple. Thank you.